Okay, so maybe being an engineer on site could be stressful, right? Generally speaking, now. But then I'll be speaking based on my gender now. What are the things? Okay, maybe personality, of course. So, based on my personality, what are the things that looks like challenges for me in this work? So now, let's get into it right away. Okay, so what's my first challenge as a female engineer on site? You won't believe it. My first challenge is the sun. This sun practically turns my skin to something so beautiful. Thank God for grace. If not for grace of God, only God knows how, I'll be by now. So, the first challenge I have as a site engineer is this sun. The effect of sun on my screen, on my emotions. Yeah, and it's something I can't do without, because you have to be under the sun. Of course, you have to inspect and check what's going on and all of those things. So my number one challenge is sun. People advise me, try to use this cream, try to use this, it protects the sun effect and all of that. But then that's just the number one. Alright, so what's my second challenge as a female engineer on site, of course? So my second challenge is having to stay around a billion guys. Okay, not up to a billion actually, but then there are times we are working on site and we have about 100 workers, if not more, and then I'm the only female there. Having to I don't even know where to start from. Even if okay, so I had to cut the video and then continue because I had to laugh. So alright, so having to work with more than 100 guys on site and being the only female there, it could seem like maybe fun to some people, or it could feel like, oh, it's just a normal thing to some people. But for me, it's quite challenging, because most of these guys are guys that come from different backgrounds, and then they come to you and just say a lot of very, 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 I don't want to use the word silly, okay, maybe I have to, things, and you're just like, and there is nothing you can actually do per se. Some of them are like, this engineer, hey, this female engineer, hey, this, yeah, like this, and then they just say a lot of very, very bad things, that I don't want to start mentioning here. So it's a big challenge for me, because sometimes you might want to feel uncomfortable with their conversations or the way they are talking to you. Some of them want to, I don't know what goes through their head. Trust me, some of them just, the way they just approach you and do all of those things because you're a lady, and maybe they are trying to woo you or trying to be attractive to you and all of those things. That is a very big challenge. I mean, a very, very big one. Because we have guys that, should I even be talking about this here? But then so that's a challenge for me, right? Don't let me just go into so many details. That's a challenge for me. And okay, let me give an instance of why this is a challenge for me. All right, so there was this particular day, of all other days, of course, that such happens, but then the peak of it is this guy finished working. We finished work in the evening and my director was around, and then this guy pulls his clothes, goes under one of the solar lights, not even in a corner, went under this solar light, pulled all of his clothes and was having his bath, knowing fully well that it is a female engineer that is supervising his work. That was so embarrassing. And the thing is, you can't keep closing your eyes and doing all of those things. So it's really a big challenge, I must say. It's really a big challenge for me. So I think I need to just appreciate my director. What he did was he flogged the guy out and it was like, don't you know there is a female engineer on site? Why will you do that? Alright, so my third challenge is flexibility in dressing. Being a worker on site actually restricts you to a kind of dressing. You have to put on your jean, put on your polo, your reflector, put on your helmet. You can't really make some nice hairstyles because you know that you're still going to cover them with helmet, cover the hair with helmet anyway. You can't really wear nice tops because you are going to put on reflector, so who sees it? And then you have to wear your jean. You can't wear your sandals, your flat shoes, and all of those things. So it's a challenge for me because there are some of my clothes that I don't get to wear. I don't get to, rock because I'm a site engineer. So that's another challenge for me. And what else? Alright, let's go on. So the last challenge I'll be talking about in this video, probably I'll drop the other ones in the next video if I do a video regarding this, is, though it's cool, but then it's a challenge. Nice colleagues, nice teammates. That's another challenge. And why is that a challenge? At first when I started working on site, before I do anything, they'll be, oh, don't worry, let me do it for you. Oh, don't stress yourself. Oh, you're a lady, don't stress yourself. Oh, don't let me carry it for you. Let me do this for you. It's nice, it's good, but then at first I'll just see myself going to work, come back in the evening, and everything I was supposed to do that day was done by every other person except me. So that was a challenge for me. My co-engineer being so nice, and looking at me as a lady and trying to be helpful. It's good, but then you end up not gaining enough experience. So I just had to shake off and then let them know. It's not just now, it's been like that for a while, whereby you get to meet some very nice teammates and they just want to help you out. But then as a female engineer, you just need to tell them and let them know that it's your job. It's not stressful. Even if it is stressful, you're gaining experience, so you go for it. So that's that about that. Alright, so another challenge for me is gender discrimination. Yeah. And that's in the aspect of workers now. You bring in some guys and they have this mentality that a woman cannot control me. Maybe the person is a family man and all of that, and then you see this young lady trying to tell you what to do and what not to do, so they feel like you can't talk to me and all of that. So that's another challenge. But then thank God for God, we know how to handle such persons, and make them work according to what they are supposed to do. But then it's a challenge because you have to go the extra mile now in making your point. You have to go the extra mile of ensuring that the person follows what you are asking for. So that's another challenge for me. So that's that about that in this video, and I want you to do something for me. Subscribe, like, share, invite someone to see this video, but most importantly, subscribe and click the notification bell. Peace out.